stack's hand when they might not want to be trying to deal with him. So I'm going to go with NoNames in this game. I feel like they have a very strong composition overall. They have a lot of ways of initiating fights as well as disengaging with fights, which I really like.
I think I would have to go with the NoNames as well. I think their crowd control is just a little bit too good for the stack. Gems, are you just about ready?
Yes, I am.
All right, so let's start up the game in... Gotta pause for dramatic effect. Start up the game in 3, 2, 1, go. And it was so much dramatic effect that was felt. Gems, couldn't you feel the tension there?
Too much tension for me, Beth.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
And we are into our second game here of the semifinals between NoNames and the stack. And on the side of NoNames, we have Shadow on that Wraith mid, Milk Drunk on that Grim carry, Nick Eagle on that solo lane Sevarog, Import on the jungle Rampage, and Ray on that support Zinx.
Meanwhile, for the stack, it's going to be Tangruner playing a Decker Arthlet, handling the Quang once again. Weao is going to be making an appearance as the Crunch here. Malix playing the Revenant, and then finally, You So Rude Dude playing a Gideon.
Yeah, we can already see Wraith going for that.
Oh my gosh.
Knock onto Go So Rude. Very aggressive play coming out here from Shadow.
Shadow's like, yeah, screw the minions.
Yeah, he knows that he can do this. He knows there's not going to be any jungle pressure just yet. Junglers up until like the sort of two minute mark, trying to get to level 2, getting to level 3.
Oh no, not like this. Not like this. One more hit will do it, and the first blood goes to Shadon. What is You So Rude Dude thinking there? I think he just wanted to stay true to the name, and Shadon's going to have an early level 2, and he'll probably have to back, but that's definitely a great early engagement for him.
Yeah, taking full advantage of knowing where the junglers are. They're going to be too busy trying to get up to level 2, get to level 3, sitting potentially on their green or black buffs. We are going for a slightly different route that we normally see. Starting off on this far side of the map, going for the white, black, and then hopping in to grab that green. Which I do quite like that route.
He went to a different lane again. Going to use the get back onto Tangruner. Maybe Malix can find a kill here, but Import is ready as well. One more hit will do it. Obliterate doesn't even need to aim for it. What a balanced ability. But it doesn't matter. It's still going to end up being a 2 for 2. And NoNames really want to put the pressure on here in game number 2 of the best of 3.
Yeah, very aggressive play coming out here. Maybe a bit too aggressive, because this gives Yosarude a little bit of time here in this mid lane to catch up on levels from that early deficit. Maybe wasn't needed here for Shadow. Could have just sat there with that advantage he'd already built. Carry on pressuring Yosarude out of this lane, but instead they ended up giving up 2 kills on either side of the board.
Well, you know what? Once you win the lane, you don't need to be there anymore. Clearly Shadow knows this, so he just goes on into a different lane because, you know, he already won the mid lane. Doesn't need to be there any longer. So he'll get a lot of minions to farm up here. You So Rude Dude pushing them in quite a bit, dropping some rock bombs onto Shadow as well. Really taking him low there. And meanwhile, we do have some, action onto the right lane as Nick Eagle is stuck underneath his own tower. Weao is just going to go right on in for that one and get the early pressure that we didn't really see in game number 1.
Yeah, we are doing very well this game. Pretty big change up into the pace that he's been saying. They do get that kill onto Nick Eagle, which is what they need against Sevarog in the off lane, which I really like.
Back it up into a rock on the mid lane. You So Rude Dude continuing to take some pressure here. And Shadow's definitely allowing his jungler to get involved into his lane, which is something that we didn't see from the Stack's Wraith in game number 1. So I definitely like this Wraith play from Shadow a lot better.
Yeah, with the Revenant, there isn't much follow-up in terms of any sort of CC. With the back it up possibility now, especially against the Gideon, you can back him up after he goes for that teleport, and you can time that with a rock coming out from the jungle. So it's very, very good lane setup for him, no matter what, for any gank from either the roaming support or from Rampage.
Now, I really like this. We've got Import going for his customary early out on your scout. And when you're playing the strong side jungle like that, that card is just so necessary. We see a lot of junglers going for it, and it definitely makes a lot of sense here on Import to make sure that they have control of the map. And guess what? His team has the wards that you can't deward. They've got the Wraith sentries as well. So they definitely have a pretty big advantage there for the map vision if they continue to keep that up and keep Import alive. He's going to come for a gank around the side onto the 2v2. Ray getting low, trying to evade the shots. Is that... No, he's still level 3, so no Reckoning. Can Ray actually evade all the damage? You can't evade and obliterate. So Malix at least gets another kill before he ends up going down in the 2-for-1. So at least he stays effective, but there's just so much pressure here.
Yeah, Import jungle, perfect timing, coming around the back, managing to take out that 2-for-1 trade. They're going to be very happy with that. Milk Junk sitting at 2-1 right now, has got an early sort of lead in terms of gold here, but it's not too great right now. Malix has been able to even up on trades, so in terms of carry gold, it's very, very close still.
Yeah, it is quite close, but I'm just talking in terms of pressure. I feel like NoNames are so far ahead here, and it feels like they're winning every single lane.
Yeah, it does feel like that. It's going to be interesting to see how this solo lane actually pans out, because we did see Quine get a slight lead here against Nick Eagle, has managed to get a 1,000 gold lead here. Whether or not that will be enough to fight against Sevrog, we'll have to see though.
Oh yeah, but you're playing up against Nick Eagle, the god of the 1v1 match. We gotta back it up onto the Quang, into a Subjugate. Nick Eagle is level 5, misses the Colossal Blow, but well, a Fury of the Heavens is going to get Arthlet out of trouble, and it comes out after the get back as well. So unless Nick Eagle can hit a Subjugate, Quang is going to be home free, and indeed he is here.
Yeah, he might have been a little bit too deep here, Quang, but he does manage to get out safely. Potentially at the cost of a couple of minions here, which does give Nick Eagle a bit more time to, you know, farm up, get those stacks. As he has hit over the first threshold, he's sitting at 30, so he's past that 20 stack threshold, has got the little bonus there, and he's just going to keep farming throughout this game, I reckon.
Yeah, he's going to keep on farming and getting actually bigger as the Sevrog. We are going to try to limit that growth as much as possible, but you're playing up against a tanky Sevrog, and Nick Eagle is probably not going to give away all of the farm and all of the advantage that he's tried to get out of this lane as well. So Weeow figures out that he's wasting his time, comes up behind Shadon. We'll see how this works out. Shadon does have the surprise available to get out if he needs to. He's going to get hit by the stasis bomb. Do NoNames decide to fight here, even with Shadon using that ultimate early? They're just going to back up, figures out that there are 3 heroes from the stack there, and they'll just get back to safety. So, wow, Import still managed to get that blue buff, even though he was hit by a stasis bomb. Now maybe with this, they're able to do something. Back it up on the tank grenade. They want to get that damage in. Shadon steps forward. Is that really a good move at all? You so rude, dude. He uses a black hole, but Shadon's gotten away anyway. Doesn't matter. Weeow will punch him on down. And the stack are going to get away with murder on the mid lane. They take down just one. That's more than enough for them, and they'll back up as a result.
And this does put the stack in a gold lead right now. It is still only about 1,000 gold difference. Very, very close on the board. Weeow's been doing very well this game in comparison to the last one, having a much greater impact in the jungle here with this crunch play.
Yeah, he's doing much better out of the jungle, and you see him coming around the backside of Milk Trunk and Ray. We'll see how Ray can keep the Grimmix alive here. It looks like we are still trying to chase him down, not quite getting the damage that he needs. Reckoning out from Malix. Milk Trunk has to try to run away, manages to dodge the obliterate around the tower. Somehow Malix not hitting that one. I thought that ability was OP, but it turns out you can counter it, and indeed NoNames do. They manage to turn it around, and they'll be able to get the kill out onto the Revenant.
Very well played from Milk, just hiding out of line of sight. The ability obliterate does need line of sight for it to hit, and at that moment in time, Malix did not have line of sight, so that obliterate ended up missing. And very well played here from Milk Drunk, allowing himself to get away from that and also secure an extra kill.
Right now, NoNames, they are actually pretty close with the stack, but they're still winning a lot of these engagements. We'll see if Malix can get himself under control, maybe not go so deep for kills like that, and maybe play a little bit safer over the next couple of minutes. I would like to see the stack perhaps use the black hole a little bit better with their team. It seems like they're focusing too much on the 2v2, making sure that that lane goes well, but they have a couple of tools for you, so Rude Dude, to really get involved here. So we'll see if he can use that black hole in the upcoming minutes. I think it definitely could continue to make things slide the way of the stack.
Yeah, neither team has actually gone for this Fangtooth either. It is 9 minutes into the game. It's still very, very risky to take because neither team has got any significant advantage from out any of these fights. They've always been trades. If we're looking at the board, it is 6-5 on the side of NoNames. They have got an extra kill, but gold-wise, very, very close. Only a couple hundred gold difference now from either side. Milk Junk doing very well here, sitting at 10k gold, furthest on his team.
Import shows up. There's the Fury that happens to get away, but Nick Eagle, he actually thought that rock was going to hit from Import, could not hit it, and now Arthur is going to get a newfound hope here in the 1v1 nearby. Actually, on the other side of the map, we've got Yuso Rudude going in for the black hole onto just the Decker. That's probably going to kill off the support. She's staying alive for now. The Reckoning will be able to get Malix a little bit more gold, so they're continuing to take advantage of the Revenant and make sure that the black hole is effective. Exactly what the stack needed to do to keep themselves rolling in this game.
Yeah, this is exactly what they wanted, and they're going to be very happy with this. Malix also doing very well on gold on the board, on par with Milk Junk. Has a couple more deaths, but has been keeping up in terms of overall gold. Has actually fallen slightly behind in farm, but those kills, that extra passive gold has actually kept him equal.
Yeah, absolutely. If you can continue to keep that gold flowing in from the Reckoning, you're going to find yourself pretty far in the game, and that's exactly what's happening to Malix here. We'll see if he can keep up that pressure. Reckoning giving Revenant a couple more tools here to take heroes down. And we're almost seeing how Zinx is really meant to be more of an aggressive support rather than trying to save the carries here. She has gotten to level 5. We'll see if she can come on in with some good tankiness to make sure that she's enough of a distraction for the team. They're going to go on to the tier 1 tower here with Rampage waiting in the wings. Gideon's going to show up as well as the Crunch. So they're going to see this and probably, I would assume, just back up. They'll throw the rock out onto Yuso Rudude. He does use the Dark Rift to get away. Meanwhile, though, there's a cage out on the Milk Trunk. Can the two heroes get him down? Weao's going to join this as well. And Milk Trunk has to get to the rest of his team, but he has to run through the stack to do that. Yuso Rudude nearly taking down on the other side of things will eventually go, and it's still going to turn out pretty bad for his team. Obliterate ends up taking down Ray. That's a 2-for-1 in favor of the stack, and it just seems like they did a great job of cutting things off, and they might also find Shadon here. He's going to use the surprise to make sure that he gets away, but there's still some vision here. Tank knows exactly where he is, and they're going to use, well, he's going to use the get back onto the Decker. So we'll see if Shadon can stay alive here. They need to get a stun. They do throw it on to Shadon, and here comes the big Mad Crunch, able to find the kill underneath the tier 1 tower. The stack are doing so well at rotating for the kills, and this might be the first Fangtooth of the game right now.
Yeah, they're doing very well. I love the prioritization on the tanking on the tower. You do see Tangruna go in first, start tanking a couple of the shots, allows Weao to get in there and do a lot of this damage, and this is going to be a risky Fangtooth though. Yeah,
here comes Nick Eagle. Starts it out with the Colossal Blow on the Malix. Now what else can he do? Tangruna is stuck in the pit. He's actually going to get taken down by Mr. Fangtooth. Meanwhile, Sevrog, oh my gosh, nice little cape there. He's going to get stuck in the middle of a black hole. Same with Import. They're both going to be stunned to annihilation by the black hole and crushed to death. Nothing can escape that one, not even late. And right now, the stack want to continue to pursue this one. Ray, he might be in no man's land. Judgment of the Heavens is going to miss. Ray is still tanking through all of this one, and that cat lady is going to manage to get out. Great fight from the stack. I believe that Fangtooth is still up, so they can still go for that one. And they still will have a pretty good advantage in this game after all of that.
Yeah, very good fight here coming out from the stack. Completely different from game 1. A lot more decisive decisions coming out from them. Very, very quick, very strong coming up, showing from Weao compared to the first game. And it's paying off for them. They managed to secure the Fangtooth. They have got a gold lead in this game. Yes, the beginning was a bit messy with a lot of these trades, but it's given them their confidence back, and they've been doing very, very well.
Absolutely. They've really come back here in game number 2, and they're making a case for themselves in the semifinal. We could see this one going to a game number 3. But with that being said, the stack, they're doing well, but NoNames have to change something in their strategy. What do they have to do to make this better for themselves?
I feel like they've been playing directly into the stack's gameplay. The stack have been trying to force all these aggressive fights a lot of the time, and it's actually just been paying out for them. NoNames maybe need to just try and focus on different sections of the map. Maybe try to get Nick Eagle ahead and get him on the ball rolling, because he hasn't actually been able to do that this game. Kwang's actually been keeping him pretty much in check for a lot of it. Especially because those early ganks from Weao has put Nick Eagle a little bit too far behind him. He hasn't been able to get that typical pressure we've been seeing from him in the previous game.
So let's just calm down, take a chillaxative, and maybe force the fights on your own terms instead of just letting the stack dictate everything. We'll see if NoNames can do that over the next couple of minutes. Ray inside the river at level 6 is definitely not your easiest kill on the block, but she still wants to go for these buffs, and Tangruner might make it pretty difficult for her. Red is up, and Ray's going to be able to take that. So nice little support battle there over the buff, and maybe that's the first step, making sure that Tangruner doesn't manage to pick those up.
Yeah, as it does look like the stack don't particularly want to force this tier 1 fight just yet. They don't have the vision control across that river, so they are at risk of getting ganked, especially without any sort of great support there from Weao, who's sitting in that mid lane.
We take a look at the cards right here. We see a couple of numbing rogues from the stack, getting those up, as well as, of course, the possessed Sprykins, and lots of Flame of Zekins and Growth Totems on either side. Definitely focusing a lot more on the objectives, which is going to be important for both teams in the coming minutes. They have to make sure that they're able to take their first or second Fangtooth, and make sure the other team isn't able to take an OP in the process either.
I do like the Unbroken Spirit as well, especially against this composition with the Gideon. Because of the changes to the Black Hole, Unbroken Spirit is pretty much a must to deal with Gideon. It's kind of the reason why you see less Gideons nowadays, because of that card.
Oh.
And the way the damage application works now with the stun.
We have a couple of engagements across the map. There was almost a go onto Yuso Rude in the mid lane, continuing to make him just pay for that early game aggression that he showed. He is at level 12, 2 over Shadon right now, so he's definitely doing well for himself, and really the beacon of hope here for the stack. They really need him firing on all cylinders if they want to win this game. Import onto Arthlet does manage to get the Quang, stuck with the rock and the subjugate as well. Colossal Blow again misses from Nick Eagle, and well, Arthlet is again able to get away with that Fury of the Heavens. He's using it pretty well here just to make sure that he gets out of every single gank that Import is going to make happen, which has probably been his part of his biggest plays of the game, just making sure that he gets the Fury of the Heavens out every single time.
Yeah, they are looking here. NoNames are looking. The stack, I mean, are looking in here in this mid lane to try and force another fight to potentially take this mid lane and then go for this Fangtooth play. You can already see them grouping up all around this tier 1 tower.
It's a trap. It's a trap. Yuso Rude dude ready with the Black Hole. He gets shot on in it, but Ray's going to interrupt it with the Ricochet stun. We'll see if it's enough. Weao is going to come on through. Where's that cage? Shadon about to be taken down. They have the vision of him, but he's going to manage to surprise and get away over to the side. Rock goes out on the mouse. He's going to get hit with the subjugate as well. He's just stuck there. Ricochet stun is going to wreak havoc as well. Finally, that cage comes through from Tangruner. See if it's going to be enough. Weao nearly taken down. This one is looking pretty good for the NoNames. Can they topple the stack? There's going to be a GTFO blocked by Tangruner. Not going to hit Yuso Rude dude. I would imagine that the health bars are slightly bugged at this point, but it's going to be 2 falling on the side of the stack for now. Nick Eagle tries to go further for this one. He's going to get a Colossal Blow onto Malix, but he's going to fall underneath the pressure of Arthlet and Yuso Rude dude. But with that, it's going to be Fangtooth time for the NoNames. They'll go right for the buff, see if the stack can try to stop them.
Yeah, it's going to be rough to try and stop this Fangtooth. It's going to take a while to take, so they do have an opportunity for Yosuru to get back into this match.
Yeah, Malix is going to try to go right on in, but he's going to fall pretty much right away. I have no idea what he was thinking. Arthlet goes in as well. He's just trying to bounce around this one. Yusuru dropping the rocks around the wall, but the Fangtooth has already been taken, so it's probably time for both teams to try to disengage. But Yusu dude, he definitely wants some blood. He's gonna go on in the middle of everybody. Is this wise? He's gonna get hit with a rock, hit with a stun. He's not going anywhere, and he just goes right to his death. I have no idea what he was thinking there. He really wanted that Zinx, and I don't think I can blame him. She looks pretty hot.
Very aggressive play from Yusuru. Ends up getting punished for it. They didn't really need to chase down that. They already lost the fight. He was trying to just claw back any sort of semblance of gold. maybe get a kick or two, ends up with him just falling and giving more resources here onto NoNames to allow them to claw back. They were at a nearly 20k gold lead at one point, but we can already see it's down to about 9,000 now here, especially with that first Fangtooth being taken up here. From the side of NoNames has really helped them claw back, and we might be seeing this very, very aggressive Prime here.
They're right on top of the ward, though. Control.
It might be on the top of the ward, but everyone from the side of the stack had to recall from the last couple of fights. All the chasing, Yosurud was dead, so it was a free 4v5, and there it is. Prime, very strong call coming out here from NoNames, and they've secured the first Prime of the game.
This is a great move from the NoNames. They'll go in, take the Fangtooth, and then they get the OP immediately after it. And they might just be the bulldozer right down the right lane, ready to take a tier 2 tower away from this one. Import checking to see if the green buff is there, but he's not going to find it, so it's just going to be straight down the right lane for them, continuing to go for this push. And it's going to be all hands on deck for the stack to try to defend. We've got Malix recalling as the Revenant from the left lane. And I'm not even sure if the stack want to try and defend this one. GTFO onto Arthlet trying to take care of the minion wave, but NoNames are just going to go right for it. And look how much they clear up that tower. Somebody made them stronger, but clearly the OP is way too strong for that.
Yeah, they can't risk really going for the Stim inhibitor. The lanes are really not in favor for them, so if they do try to go for more and end up making a couple of mistakes, they're going to end up losing potentially an inhib on their own side because of all these minion waves. So they're going to reset, set up all their waves again, and then we're going to be seeing another push here potentially for these other tier 2s.
It's just looking like the game took a swing for the worse for the stack, and this is not boding well for them at all. They were doing very well throughout the game, but a couple of missed decisions is really going to hurt them here, and it's showing over the past couple minutes. Nick Eagle still has the OP. Maybe they can find a kill here on the Shadow, but they need a little bit more personnel for that one. And right now, the vision for NoNames is making it incredibly difficult for the stack to find something here. Fangtooth about to spawn once again as well.
Fangtooth, and they're really, it's going to be really tricky for the stack to try and take a fight here against a Prime buffed up team. I mean, it's just another free Fangtooth going here over the side of NoNames. And again, they've set up a lot of their lanes now. The waves are in a slightly more favorable position, and they're going to be pushing for this really far tier 2 tower now, potentially even going for an inhib.
They could go for a whole lot here. Tangruner is going to get taken down, chunked down by the GTFO once again. Milk Trunk is really not leaving too much up for grabs here. Really making the stack pay for any step they take towards the NoNames side. Nick Eagle will lead the way, going for their second tier 2 tower of the game, and they might not stop there this time around. The OP is going to be dispersing soon. So that will be one less buff on the NoNames side, possibly helping out the stack. That was a nice purified there to make sure that the back it up did not end up hitting. But there's only so much you can do against this NoNames squad, and this pressure is going to melt your base eventually. Arthlet, again, being the frontliner, looking for someone on the back, though. They'll take down Malix. Beautiful from them, but the black hole is amazing. Still, they have the ricocheted stun to interrupt it, and Import is going to get big. Can they take him down? The regen is too much. The cage is there, but who's going to be fighting this cage match? Crunch looks like he's not going to win this one. Arthlet tries to go for the backlines. He's taking down Milk Trunk quite a bit. Import has to go and try to help. He's going to smack the ground, trying to keep the Grimmix alive, but the Light of the Heavens is still not going to be enough to try to take him down. GTFO also being targeted out by Tangruner. They're going to drop rocks. Shadow is still up on the high ground. One more snipe will do it. Can he get it? He's going to miss the snipe, but they're still going onto the Decker. Zinx is diving underneath the tower. It's dives all around for the NoNames as they've taken the inhib, and they're trying to take the base as well. They're taking everything away from the stack, and the stack are getting nothing back from it either.
So there's the first inhibitor down here. For NoNames, they're going to be very happy with that. They do have to back up. They do have a fairly big minion wave going to hit their inhibitor soon. But they're not going to be too upset at that. They've managed to turn this game right around and give themselves a 12k lead now. Even though they had such a huge deficit, they've very well good, precise calls coming out here from NoNames. They managed to secure the Prime, another Fangtooth, and an inhibitor all within the space of a couple of minutes. And that is why you don't give these teams a little bit of space because they will take that. They will take any advantage they can get, and NoName showing full well why you shouldn't do it.
As the saying goes, you give them an inch, they'll take a mile, and that's exactly what NoNames have done here. They've taken so many buffs, so many Fangtooths. They've taken the OP and an inhib off the map, and that's exactly a mile here in Paragon. And it doesn't really look like they're done at all. They're going to continue to keep these lanes pushing in.
Yeah, they have the advantage now. They're going to be consistently pressuring it. There's another Fangtooth up there. And they're going to want to keep taking it. It boosts their overall power. Every time they take it, it gives them 4 power. After the third one, it's going to be giving them 8 power. So that is going to be pretty brutal.
It's going to be brutal indeed, just waiting for the next set of buffs to spawn. And the stack, they're trying to make some kind of response to this one, trying to get over towards the Raptor area. Tangrooner's going to walk on in. They scout out, see that nothing's there. Maybe take down a ward directly underneath the Fangtooth's feet. We'll see how this goes, though. Rampage just waiting up on the high ground. You can see Import with his horns. He's ready. And the black hole is available as well, so I don't think that the NoNames want to engage too far, but they're going to go on in. They're not going to find the Fangtooth. That's going to be the stack that are able to pick it up. And Nick Eagle's trying to get some things done on the backside. Malix is going to be in the middle of the pit. He uses the Reckoning to try to stay alive. Milktrunk is going to win that battle down, is the Revenant. We'll see if there's anything else coming out of it. There was a nice stun by Tangrooner on the 3. Nick Eagle still wants to chase down the Decker, though. He's going to walk on in, see if he finds something. There's 2 heroes right there, but he's going to decide to back up for the time being. There's still a tier 2 tower for them to take, and their waves are looking pretty good for them. So it's time to capitalize on these wave positions and go for the tier 2 tower. Maybe take another inhib off the map and make sure that it's not just kills, but also objectives that NoNames are getting here. It's going to be a black hole on top of everyone. It's just Import and Milktrunk caught up by it, though, and they look pretty healthy for it. Ray's been, again, on point with the Ricochet stuns on top of the Gideon. We out in the middle of everything, but he's trying to go for the back lines, and he's hardly being able to make it there. He finally does, but by that time, he's just dead. Milktrunk will be taken out of this one, though. It just doesn't really look good at all for the stack. Yusa dude taken right back in the fight. He's going to get taken into the morgue. NoNames, they're being a nice pretty delivery service right here, delivering everybody to their deaths. Nick Eagle, he goes right in onto Malix. He's about to take him down with that big hammer of his, looking for the snipes. Double man subjugate as well. Tangrooner is going to get stuck in it, and that's going to be the full 5-man team wipe. Everybody's dead. No one's alive, and the NoNames have taken down the last inhib on their way to their semi-final bout victory over the stack.
It was looking very, very good for the stack for the first 10 minutes of this game, 15 minutes of this game, but NoNames came out fighting. They saw an opportunity to take Prime, and from there on in, there was nothing the stack could really do about it. They ended up losing an inhibitor, and every single match just went completely against them. We saw a lot of missed abilities as well coming out from the stack that potentially lost them a couple of kills here and there that could have changed the tides. We saw a missed black hole come out from Gideon that wasn't necessarily needed, and things like that you really can't afford to do against a team like NoNames, or they will punish you very, very hard.
There are so many teams at the top of the Paragon scene that you really can't afford to make the mistakes against, and NoNames showed exactly why that was here. You make a couple mistakes and you put NoNames right back into the game. We have another team that is at the top of their game, Toronto Esports. They are going to be playing Pretz in our second semifinal of the day. Gems, I think we know how a lot of people would predict that game to go, but if you're familiar with Pretz, are you familiar with Pretz?
No, I know some of the players.
Gosh darn it, Gems, you're supposed to do some research.
I know some of the players. I've seen a lot of the players in solo queue. Players like Ronnie Tube I've seen for a while. Has been playing the game for a very long time. Has been at sort of the MMR cap for a very long time, has been a strong player. In solo queue, he does end up winning a lot of matches. So he's the one I mainly know about within the set of Pretz. I'm interested to see what they can do against Toronto.
It'll definitely be interesting. Pretz have taken a couple of games off of some fairly experienced teams in the past, so we'll see what they can do against Toronto in what could be a very contentious semifinal. Make sure you guys stick around for that one. And if you haven't already, make sure you check us out on Twitter and on ParagonCLeague.com, where you can find, if you're interested, the signups for our NA event going on next week, December 2nd and 3rd, I believe. And the signups are currently live on our website. So if you are interested in signing up for that one, make sure you check out ParagonCLeague.com and follow us on all the socials, the YouTubes, the Twitters, and all that fun stuff. Thanks for sticking around, guys. We'll be right back with our second semifinal of the day.